This episode is brought to you by Netflix. This Monday night, witness the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Come celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Monday Night Raw, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, only on Netflix. Be there for the moment everyone will be talking about.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs, but luckily there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kann du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify, spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
More Eagles drama as the Eagles try to get back to work to prepare for a very tough matchup Sunday night against the Detroit Lions. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Cover news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network every single day, 8 a.m., 90 minutes of sports talk live, talking your thoughts and opinions on everything with the Eagles and trending in sports. Guys, make sure you check it out. I got it linked below today's episode. Make sure you tune in live and bring your thoughts and opinions on everything we talk about here to that show and more on whatever else. So obviously the Eagles Wednesday got back to work in preparation for their matchup with the Detroit Lions. And we'll get to the roster moves and the injury report in a second. But obviously, again, for the umpteenth time, there is more A.J. Brown drama trending with the Philadelphia Eagles. He was on a Madden stream on Twitch, I think it was. I don't even know if this is right. Janky Rondo, I think the guy's name was. I'm not sure. Anyway, he was on this little Twitch stream playing Madden, getting his butt whooped on Madden, and said some things about how, no, he's not doing okay. Drop me on your fantasy teams. And basically just airing his frustrations with the Eagles offense. And there's a lot, including from me, trying to dissect that appearance, that Madden game, whether he was just frustrated that he was getting his ass whooped in a game of Madden against a streamer, or whether it was Eagles related. Now, after Wednesday's practice, A.J. Brown spoke to the media for over 5 minutes. I think it was almost 8 minutes worth of talk. And it was fantastic. And if you want the full thing, you know, the full interview, go online. Everybody's sharing it. E.J. Smith, I shared it out. Devin Caney, everybody's out there sharing it. But for the first time that I can remember, A.J. Brown was very direct with his response to the media about all this. Now, Nick Sirianni had other responses. We'll get to that in a second. Despite what screenshots and little clips that people make, A.J. Brown really does care about winning and the Eagles, not his stats. Yes, A.J. Brown wants to be the focal point of the offense, but A.J. Brown cares about the offense as a whole and the team winning more so. And he said, despite everything, it's not about his stats. Last year was last year. Thanks for the ring. But the offense has got to be better as a whole. We have to help the defense and special teams out. We can't rely on defense and special teams to bail us out all the time. When you can just hear in his voice that it's so much more. And he's not apologizing, and he said that flat out, not apologizing for the sly comments, for the trolling tweets, for the things he said on this Twitch stream. That's just him venting, getting his frustrations out in a way that he can, and it's not anything he wouldn't say to his teammates either. It's not between him and Jalen Hurts whether there's a problem there. If anything, maybe there's a problem with the play calling and the execution, and he's calling out all his teammates, including himself. So I think the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts drama is over. It's not really what it's made out to be in the media. The big problem is the play calling, though. And Nick Sirianni did speak before practice, obviously, as he always took the ownership for the 4th and 6 deep ball that didn't work out, that could have backfired. He also got very frustrated with being peppered with A.J. Brown comments. And you could tell that he was becoming frustrated. And it makes you want to say something along the lines, well, A.J. Brown's got to be a better leader. He's got to do things more direct. A.J. Brown was more direct after practice. And Jalen Hurts had his moments with the media and said, whatever, got to keep the main focus, whatever cliche he did, because that is who he is. Jalen Hurts leads his way. He is the leader, the front man of this team. A.J. Brown's a captain for a reason. What he's doing, that's his way of leading. And we'll cross the bridge of him being on this team next year in the offseason after we're hoisted another Lombardi trophy. But right now, let's just accept the fact that A.J. Brown is who he is. It is what it is. All right, the Eagles also had other breaking news on Tuesday night. Jair Alexander was put on an exempt/retired list, announcing that he was stepping away from the Eagles and football to work on his mental and physical well-being. This is kind of shocking considering he just got traded to the Eagles, less than a week ago. And also on top of that, said after he got traded, he felt the best he ever did. And it's really confusing. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully, it is his mental issues are trusting his knee and not something else that's going on in his life. It's a little odd. It's a little weird that he, along with Zadarius Smith, not long after getting to Philly, decided to retire or step away from the game after saying how much they had left in the tank. It's a little weird thing. It's one we'll dissect later. But by him doing that, it opened up a roster spot, and the Eagles did activate Jacorian Bennett from injured reserve, so he'll be active and ready to go this week as another option at cornerback for the Eagles for Vic Fangio and the defense. The rest of the practice report was actually really good. Jacorian Bennett practiced in full as expected. Willie Lampkin practiced in full again. They would have to make a roster move to activate him from injured reserve, but they still have another week after this before they have to do that. Landon Dickerson was a limited participant with a quad injury, not the knee, not the back, a quad. Lane Johnson, who got hurt in the game and missed a good portion of the second and third quarter, came back in the fourth, was a limited participant with an ankle injury. Huge sign of positivity, him being back. Tyler Steen's with an oblique injury. That's limited participant. That's a new one. And Cam Jurgens, who didn't practice at all last week with his knee injury, was back as a limited participant, which is a great sign moving forward this week that maybe he'll be available on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. But again, Jair Alexander, thoughts, positive vibes for him that he gets right mentally before he even worries about getting back on the football field. I'm just curious about why this happened twice to the Philadelphia Eagles this way. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. We'll get more from practice tomorrow. I'm sure we'll hear from more people about it, about A.J. Brown. We got to really figure out the play calling. The play calling is the biggest issue with this team. It looks good at times, but we have not seen an offensive play calling, be consistent for 60 minutes of football yet this year. So it's going to be a really interesting week. I'm already getting vibes for this Lions game, and I got two totally different vibes, but we'll get into that later in the week. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds!
This is a real good story about Bronx and his dad, Ryan, real United Airlines customers. We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age.
That's Andrew, a real United pilot.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future.
It felt like I was the captain.
Allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
That's how good leads the way.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
I am so excited for the spa day. Candles lit, music on, hot tub warm and ready. And then my chronic hives come back. Again, in the middle of my spa day. What a wet blanket. Looks like another spell of itchy red skin. If you have chronic spontaneous urticaria or CSU, there is a different treatment option. Hives during my next spa day? Not if I can help it. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
Bubbles up.